What's going on, you guys? Welcome on back to the channel. Now, I haven't done one of these videos in a little bit, so I figured Boruto chapter is coming out in like 4 days. Leaks are probably gonna come out in like two. So before this video is like completely moot and like there's no point in even posting it, I figured let's get a prediction video out there. Let's make some predictions for chapter 14, see what works, see what doesn't, and then go from there. Alrighty. So, first prediction that I got going into this next chapter is obviously we saw from the official panel released from the Naruto officials, we're obviously going to see Inojin, Himawari, and Sakura and all of them in the hospital updating us on Inojin's condition. So, we're obviously going to see that. But I think it's going to be extrapolated on a little bit more than what we saw in that panel. I think it'll probably be like maybe 3 pages at most. Maybe talking about like Himawari's like gifts with the Nine Tails, stuff like that. Nothing too crazy though. I think that's just gonna be like a hey Inojin's alive type thing. Like I don't think Sakura is gonna get as much fanfare as people think. I think Sakura is gonna have like her panel, her couple panels, and that'll pretty much be it. I don't think we're gonna get much in terms of that section of the plot. I think right after that, maybe we get Shikamaru talking to the elders again. I think this chapter would be a good place to put that because we already know that the elders don't like Boruto, and now that Boruto's captured, we can have Shikamaru once again having to play both sides, and we could probably see him talking to the elders about Boruto yet again since he's captured, but that's probably in the camp of like might not happen, but I could see it happening. Next, obviously, we're obviously going to see more of Jura and them making the new manifestation of the Ten Tails. I don't know who it's going to be because I don't remember like who's gotten like captured, but you know, we haven't seen Shinki in all of Two Blue Vortex, and the first time we ever saw him in Two Blue Vortex was in one of Kashin Koji's parallel futures, where Shinki is like a manifestation. So could this be part of the timeline where Shinki does become one of them? I think that could be interesting. And I also think that would be good because it shows that there's consequences for Boruto not being able to follow things like to the letter to avoid this bad future, right? Like this right here shows a consequence that could have been avoided if if everything played out correctly. But since it didn't, we now have Shinki as a manifestation of the Ten Tails. I think that would be pretty cool. I would actually like that because it would show that there's real stakes at play for Boruto fighting fate. Boruto and Kashin Koji fighting fate together. Where if things don't go right, you get what's happening to Shinki. I think that would be good. So we're gonna see consequences for Boruto not being able to fulfill his mission. Next, another thing that I think is going to happen. We're after that we're immediately going to see Boruto wake up in a jail cell, and Kawaki is probably going to be like right there, like talking to him. I honestly think like that's like the most obvious thing that's probably going to happen. We're going to see Boruto in jail being interrogated. Like there's no other like option as to what could happen here. We're going to see Boruto being interrogated, and as such, I think, like I said before in my previous video, I think this is going to lead to a mini interrogation arc where we're going to see Momoshiki. This is where Momoshiki comes back. We're going to see Momoshiki try to like. This is where Momoshiki will try to essentially take over at this point. Like we've seen it before, or we haven't seen it before, but what I think is going to happen is maybe not this chapter, but maybe sometime in this mini arc, we're going to see Kawaki like bring out his karma and show it to Boruto and make Boruto's karma resonate. And then you're going to see like Boruto start to freak out because he can't get away, right? He's not going to be able to get away this time. and then you're going to see the karma manifest. And honestly, that might be how Momoshiki is able to take over. Because, like, I think that could happen too, because as I've said before, as I've said previously, like like this is how it brings parallels back to Naruto, right? Where Naruto and Jiraiya went off to control the Nine Tails. Boruto and Akashi and Koji could have been trying to learn how to channel and control Boruto's karma without the threat of Momoshiki taking over. But clearly, Momoshiki has begun to manifest during that time, so that's probably why Boruto hasn't used karma at all and is actively afraid of it, because it shows that Momoshiki can come back through him and like destroy everything. So that's what I think is going to happen. I think we're going to see this interrogation start. We're going to see Kawaki bring out his karma, because you saw he clocked it like a couple chapters ago, a few months ago, but he clocked it that Boruto like can't control his karma, and I think that's what'll happen. We'll see him use his karma to show that Boruto is still a threat to the village, and so that way Kawaki can keep his story straight. Because as you know, Kawaki is afraid of his story like crumbling around him, because you saw Damon say, "Hey, like we all know that this is all a facade. So what happens if everybody else figures it out? You'll just be ousted again, and Boruto will get his life back essentially." So I think that's Kawaki's end goal here, is to try to expose Boruto to really keep himself safe at the end of the day. But I think that's going to do it for my predictions. A lot of it was just rehashing stuff that I talked about before, but I think this is what I honestly think is going to happen like next chapter. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Do you agree with this? Do you guys think something else entirely could happen in the chapter that I didn't even say? Let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, I'm going to talk to you guys next time. Bye.